This school year, Clayton County Public Schools will administer measures of academic progress as our district formative assessment. MAP growth assessments are computer adaptive, untimed assessments that will provide teachers with valuable instructional guidance for our students. Please make certain you know your password and are able to access the MAP platform. You received an email providing instructions of how to establish your account. That email was sent from Mrs. Wilson Hunt on August 3rd, 2021. If you forget your password, click Forgot Username or Password to receive the Reset Password email from NWEA. NWEA nor I will have knowledge of your password. Here is today's agenda: setting the stage, foundations of MAP growth, experiencing MAP growth, reflection, and planning. Let's set the stage for today's learning. We will focus on the first learning target, identifying the purpose of MAP growth assessments. We will follow up after our testing session with understanding MAP growth data and data utilization. MAP growth is a challenging grade-level independent formative assessment for students. Teachers receive test results immediately after students complete the testing session. The test is untimed and can be completed over multiple days. MAP growth provides us with instructional and growth data, not mastery data. Our district's plan includes 3 administrations: fall, winter, and spring. These are the terms we will frequently use when discussing MAP growth assessments, data, and reports. MAP growth assessments are adaptive to the individual student. The test items adjust in difficulty as the student responds to a test item. Students should know that they will not answer every question correctly. The student may not skip a question and return back later, as the test items adjust to provide students unique items to find their zone of proximal development. As you can see in the visual, the standard error of measurement begins to compress as the zone of proximal development is identified. MAP growth assessments focus on the instructional level of each student. The MAP reports will guide us to provide the necessary supportive instructional or acceleration students need. Do we have any questions, thoughts, or concerns? The proctor is a person and a role within MAP administration. Anyone, such as teachers, administrators, media specialists, and paraprofessionals who have completed proctor training may proctor test sessions. Now we will discuss the flow of testing. Number 1, choose the group of students you intend to test. Testing session is the software feature that gives you control over which students to include and which tests they take, as well as control over the testing experience. You will also assign tests and accommodations and save your test sessions. Number 2, students sign into the testing session using the NWEA icon on their Chromebook or app folder. Number 3, supervising or proctoring is the act of monitoring students as they engage in testing and assisting students with actions like pausing, resuming, suspend, and test again. Please remember that test sessions are not permanent groupings. Test sessions allow any proctor to form a group to test. For example, I can test my class on a designated day and time, and later I can make up a session for students on the grade level or multiple grade levels who did not report for the scheduled testing time. I can also assign different tests to students in the test session. This is especially helpful during makeup sessions. Only one proctor can have a session active. Students cannot be at two places at the same time. Regardless of the grouping for the test sessions, test results follow the student. The results will appear on the report of the rostered teacher. MARC is our map hub for all things map growth. Here, you will find the proctor site, reports access, and help center. Video tutorials and print materials are also housed here. At any time while here, you can simply click the help button and you will be guided to what you need. Now we will practice creating a test session. Please take a moment to go to your NWEA map testing site. Now we will create a test session, assign a test, assign accommodations, save and name the session. We will have Ms. Gooden demonstrate how to create a test session. Please take a moment to log into your NWEA account. After logging into your account, please click Manage Test Sessions. Click Test My Class, choose your class, then click Test Now. Now click Select Status and All. Now click Assign Test. From the drop-down menu, choose the correct test and Assign. Now you would choose any students who need accommodations. Click the student's name, then click Assign Accommodations. Choose the correct accommodations for that student. Now click In Session, and now you will name your session Fall, your first initial, last name, 2021. After naming your session, click Save and Exit. Any questions? We will engage in both on-site testing and remote testing for students in the virtual learning environment. During the 2021-2022 school year, we will test students in grades 2 through 11. The testing group's map assessment document will be shared with you. This document will detail the map assessments each grade level should complete. Now we will discuss the proctoring process for remote testing. Students will log in using the secure browser NWEA icon on their desktop or Chromebook. If students are testing virtually, they will type the following URL into their web browser. Students will also be present in the teacher's Zoom session. Students using a Clayton County Public Schools issued Chromebook should not experience pop-up or resolution challenges, as proper functions have been set to allow a successful testing session. It will be necessary for families and students using non-Clayton County Public School devices to perform the self-check and diagnostic prior to the testing day. In-person testing day. Post your session name and password on your interactive board. You can only do this on the day of testing when you open the saved session. Mark establishes a new password each time you open the test session to test as a security measure. Now that you have completed all of the before testing tasks, make sure you have communicated your Zoom link, test day and time with students and parents. Post your session name and password in Canvas. You can only do this on the day of testing when you open the saved session. Mark establishes a new password each time you open the test session to test as a security measure. You will have both the Mark site and your Zoom session open simultaneously to monitor and live chat with students and monitor the test session progress. Your students will log in to your Zoom session and also into the testing site. If students have signed in successfully, you will see them as a waiting student. Once the student logs in by verifying his or her name, your console will change to waiting to be confirmed. The proctor must confirm the student to enable them to begin testing. Now the active proctoring begins. Ms. Gooden will now demonstrate how to locate your test session. When logged into your NWEA account, click on Manage Test Sessions. Next, click the Show button next to Saved Testing Sessions. Choose your session name and click Test Now. On the next screen, you will see the session name and password that must be provided to students. Please document this information on your Mimeo board. With any action you take, you will always tell Mark who the action will affect first. Pause and resume are partners. Suspend and test again are partners. Stay away from terminate. Terminate is not our friend. We terminate when students have completed the wrong test. For example, a third grade student was assigned the K through second grade test. We also terminate if a student chooses another student's name, is confirmed, and completes the test under another student's name. This is why it is very important to confirm students after you have checked their screen to ensure they have chosen their name. Do we have any questions, thoughts, concerns, wonders? Now let's take a look at what the student sees and experiences. The students will log in using the NWEA launching icon, or if testing remotely, typing the URL in the browser. This is the login page for the student. The students will enter the session name and session password you provided to them moments before testing begins. The student begins typing or chooses his or her name from the drop-down menu. The test you assigned to them should appear. Double check for accuracy. This is the message the student will receive when or if you pause the test, or if the test is auto-paused due to rapid guessing. When a student receives the slow down sloth on their screen, you will also receive an alert. This is your prompt to have a brief chat with the student about the importance of taking the test seriously and read all test items completely. As the proctor, you will click Resume to allow the student to continue testing. This is the message the student will receive when or if you suspend the test. You, as the proctor, must click Test Again to allow the student to continue. Test Again does not mean start over. It acts as an extended pause. The stopping of a test will also occur if the student receives the slowdown sloth 3 times. Please review this slide, which gives instructions on how to end a test session. When the students finish, they will receive their score. We will likely disable this feature. You will receive follow-up training to discuss overall RIT scores and goal area scores. The Parent Guidance page contains resources, blogs, and the Parent Toolkit. The Parent Toolkit features information for our parents in various languages. There is also a video, What is Map Growth?, that provides an overview of the Map Growth test. All students should have the opportunity to learn about map growth before taking the test. The Student Resources site contains videos for students, an opportunity to explore the tools available to them, and the practice test. Please note, the practice tests are static and do not adapt to the students' responses. Parents are also encouraged to take the practice test. Student practice tests should take place on August 17, 2021. As you can see, the website is listed for you. The session name and session password are both GROW. Please post this information in your Canvas classrooms. If you have any additional questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. You may also contact Cynthia Dickerson, who is the school district's MAP coordinator.